Are you using the Yuka app like I have been and on keto for either weight loss and or your wellness, and you're realizing that when you're scanning items in the grocery store that they're actually not sounding right? Well, I did some research on it and I was loving the Yuka app, and I talked about that a while on this station and how cool it is. It is great for some things. However, it doesn't really like keto, okay? And it doesn't like certain things. So I find it really interesting that we always have to think a little bit, kind of like using Chat GTP. It's not a human, right? So we always have to think a little bit more and get a little bit more into things as to everything is not black and white, right? So keep that in mind. Hey, I'm Steve Klein. Welcome to the Natural Health Solutions. This is my YouTube station, part of the Muscadine Core Momentum. We have a wellness challenge that's completely complimentary, and you guys know my story. Unfortunately, I took some Advil, vomited blood, ended up in the hospital, almost died, was on Nexium for over 10 years with a lot of side effects. After 10 years of being on that, went to the dentist, found I had a lot of bone loss, another side effect from Nexium. Off of all that, do this high impact ginger, turmeric, and muscadine seed oil. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. However, with that said, it's all high impact. And I've been on this sort of wellness journey, if you will, to help other people. And it's been absolutely amazing. So, love your comments and your feedback. And again, talk about our complimentary wellness challenge. You can join too. Just hit a little ding on there, a message, and the more the merrier. So, with that said, let me get right into it about the Yuka app. And I actually did a PowerPoint on this, and I want to share my screen. I was in Canva earlier, and I went to download it. And for some reason, it wasn't downloading correctly, but we can go right into Canva, which is right here. So, why are we talking about the Yuka app? Several months ago, I had shared the Yuka app on this YouTube station. Many users found it helpful. Many people found it helpful for scanning foods, ingredients. I find it amazing, actually. But some new feedback has come up, including myself, especially from those using keto for long-term wellness and metabolic health. Remember, everything on this presentation, guys, it's for educational purposes. It's not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any specific disease. And statements presented here have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. Consult your personal physician, of course, and any other medical professional for help with specific diseases. All right. What's the Yuka app? You ask if you don't know. Well, it's a popular app that you can download complimentary, okay, on your cell phone. It scans food and cosmetic labels. It rates the products based upon nutrition 60%, additives 30%, organic status 10%. Simple color systems. Green is good, orange is okay, red is like avoid. The problem for keto users is this. Keto is a wellness approach focused on low carb intake and healthy fats. Yuka penalizes that. Again, a lot of people have information or misinformation about what keto is and how keto works. The doctors we work with really love keto as a not just a diet. I don't do it for that reason. I do it for my wellness myself, based upon what we now know using this ginger, turmeric, and muscadine. I had reversed many things from my gut, my digestion, from eating all the bad food. As we always know, the during the Industrial Revolution, they started feeding the cows grains. They're not supposed to eat that. They're supposed to eat grass or hay. That's why we see grass fed everywhere now, like it's a new thing. Okay. And then in the 90s, they introduced all the GMOs and everybody got sick and sicker, right? And that's when the food changed and all these diseases went through the roof. So this is the reason why I'm on keto, and I've done my research. I watch people like Dr. Burke on YouTube, who is very much a keto, person, and explains why for the health benefits. So just keep that in mind, but always do your own due diligence. So, like I said, keto is a wellness approach focused on low carb intake and healthy fats. Yuka penalizes though on that. Okay, any type of fat, including healthy fats, often gets flagged on the Yuka app. Any additives, even keto safe ones like erythritol or stevia, foods that don't fit a low calorie and low fat model, which is what a lot of people go by, but I'm definitely not, okay, based upon my research. Examples of misratings. Yucca. Natural peanut butter, for example, 69 to 100% due to the fat content. String cheese, low score due to fat. Keto bars, red rating for erythritol or stevia. Some keto-friendly items made with avocado oils and MCTs still get low ratings despite their health benefits. And you can do your own due diligence on that. And of course, always listen to whoever doctor you choose to. That's up to you, of course, and just do your due diligence. This is if you're doing keto and living a keto lifestyle, by the way. Not all are bad. Yuka penalizes all additives equally. It doesn't consider how much is used or the source. Even safe things like natural keto sweeteners get flagged. Nutrition and context. Yuka doesn't account for your diet goals. Keto foods may be high in fat, but low in carbs. Keto wellness focuses on clean, whole foods, good fats, and keeping carbs low, not just calorie counts or app ratings. Again, you may not want to do keto, that's fine. I just believe in it, like I said, based upon what I've done with research, not just for weight loss, but for health, and do your due diligence and talk to some doctors that do support keto if you don't have one now and you're curious about it. Experts and users agree. Yuka. Dietitians say the scoring is too rigid. This is from Reddit and online reviews. They say Yuka calls foods bad without looking at portion or dietary use. Yuka equals good awareness tool, but not a keto authority. What can you do? Okay. Use the Yuka app as a guide, not gospel. That's what I do. I still like it. I still find it really interesting, okay? But it's not gospel. Just like when you go to Chat GTP, it takes everybody's opinion and you have to direct it a little bit more, right? To get the, and you have to think because then it's not a human being, right? So everything's not black and white, right? So look at the macros, the carbs, the fats, and the protein. This is like if you're trying to follow the keto diet we're talking about. When I say diet, I mean lifestyle, whether it's for weight loss or wellness, like I'm doing it for, okay? Read the ingredient labels yourself and trust your keto knowledge. Final thoughts. Okay, Yuka is a useful tool, but not designed for specialized diets. Keto users need more context than red or green circles. Stay informed, ask questions, don't fear fats or sweeteners that fit your goals. We follow keto not just for weight loss, but for energy, lower inflammation support, and long-term vitality. Stay connected. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. This is a part of your ongoing wellness series. And subscribe to Natural Health Solutions, that is, powered by the Muscadine Core Momentum and Juuvafit. Questions or comments, please drop your questions or comments or email them. I'll put the email in the link. Thank you guys for being part of our wellness tribe. This is for folks watching this on YouTube, right? And there we go. Yuka app exposed why it gets keto and eating completely wrong. So let me stop that share. And I hope you guys like the quick, I say quick, it took me a couple hours to make it, my quick PowerPoint presentation for tonight to make the call interesting, right? And with that said, again, guys, I do my best to follow keto because when I don't, I feel sick. Every time I cheat on it, I can feel the sugar because I've done keto pretty clean for a while. And to me, it really is the best way to eat. So when I had this Yuka app, I was like, oh my God, brilliant. But then there's a lot of confusion and chat with Melissa and a few other people. You know, if it's not following keto, maybe do a little more research and digging into that to help everybody understand that. I just wanted to share, right? So with that said, guys, I'm still always talking about the power of the high impact ginger, turmeric, and muscadine seed oil to benefit you, to get rid of that hard fat, to help your inflammation, your blood flow, your digestion, and your absorption. Okay. Many conversations this week with different folks dealing with different issues. Uh, I was talking with somebody that has a gene problem on something else, and I was going into her issues that she asked me about, and I was going to pubmed.gov, which is a great resource, and gave her some information to let her think about some things and do her due diligence. But everything really stems from that because if we can't absorb our nutrition, what we're eating and what we're taking, supplements are not like a drug, right? They need to be absorbed. And if your blood's not flowing, okay, and getting to the problem area, what we call hard tissue, then we have an issue. We offer these wellness surveys that I learned from a mentor of mine that goes through hard tissue, soft tissue, sugar levels, and digestion. And I'm happy to do a complimentary one with anybody, even if I've done it before, because it's the best way to track yourself, whether it's 30 days, 60 days, or several years, because it kind of speaks to you. Then you can kind of track as to what's going on. But to me, it's like life and death with the high impact ginger, turmeric, and muscadine seed oil. Okay. When I don't take it, I can feel it, know a difference. And I think many of you are the same way. And I'll have a link to that in the bottom as well for folks that want to try that and try some of the high impact products that really make a big difference. So, with that said, this is a wellness call, and some folks are on it or listen to the replay, and that's okay. And some folks are just visiting and just wanted to have everybody say something real quick that want to, and just check in if they have any questions or comments or how everything's going this week. So Michelle was on the call as a guest last week. She actually ordered at the end of the call, just got her order in. She said, I think yesterday, I'm going to unmute you, Michelle, her ginger, turmeric, and muscadine seed oil, muscadine capsules. I think that's what she got at the end of the call. So Michelle is in Western Mass. I just asked her to unmute you, Michelle. I don't know if you have any questions or comments that you want to ask. And we're going to talk right afterwards as well. And let me do it one more time. You just have to click on unmute if you're there. And Karen's visiting. I just asked to unmute you as well. Do you have any questions or comments that you want to say? Oop, let me do it again. Just click on unmute, Karen. There you go. Karen's in St. Louis, Missouri. And how's everything going for you, Karen?
Pretty good.
Good. Any questions? I know you're visiting, but any questions or comments or anything you want to know?
No, I need to put that Yuka app on my phone and start really using it. I don't
Yeah, it's a
yet.
good resource, but again, for keto, just be aware. Like I said, that's what this video is all about. Just keep that in mind because a lot of people don't understand the power of keto. If you're doing keto for weight loss or for wellness, then you have to really look at that and understand why that's saying it's not good. Okay, so great.
Okay.
Let me know if you have any questions.
Will do.
Okay. And Scott, he's in Utah, up in the mountains, camping out 2 hours from his house. How's everything going, Scott?
Actually, actually, we're home now, so we got
Oh,
home
yeah,
a
you
little
said
while ago.
that. I'm so sorry you said that.
Yeah, no
Short memory.
problem. No, things are still need to get into the exercise more. And I take my walks, but I still need to do more than that. But
Awesome.
yeah, been drinking a ton of water, so that's stopped drinking my drinks in my truck mainly. So
Right.
just water, and then doing all my love the ginger turmeric and the muscadine. So
Yes.
yep, doing good.
Excellent. Excellent. Keep up the good work. And
Thanks, Steve.
checking in on time, right, everybody? Chris is in Massachusetts, South Shore from me. And how's everything going, Chris?
Everything's going fine.
Great. Any questions or comments or anything you wanted to know?
No, no questions at this time.
Okay. Keep up the good
Awesome.
work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Sherry's in Long Island, New York. Just asked to unmute you. And how's everything going for you, Sherry? And any questions or comments?
Everything's going great. Having a really fast week, but it started to get hot and now we're getting some rain. But everything's real good, taking all my nutrients and everything.
Very good. Very good. Awesome. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having this.
Of course. Awesome, guys. Well, again, I went for a walk today. I put it on my schedule, and I've been doing my sit-ups, and I've been doing my health rider and my leg lifts, and I went for 2 miles today, and it felt really great. It was a beautiful day here, and I'm gonna keep doing that as well. And encourage you guys to as well, and drinking your water and all that good stuff as well. But really, upping your ginger and turmeric. Again, what a difference. I go out with several distributors at times to eat and stuff and meet up with them with Ara, this other guy that I'm working with named John, and I bring my supplements with me, and of course I share. And boy, they say what a difference is when they take it. Is I give everybody three of each because it really does work, right? Because it's high impact, but we need it so badly. Remember the analogy I keep telling everybody: you're driving your car, okay, over a bunch of nails, and you got to pull the nails out of the car, otherwise you get a flat tire. You pull the nails out, patch the hole up, and fill it back up with air. That is your gut, your digestion, and all that. And that's where the high impact ginger and turmeric and muscadine come in. And that's my story. And I'm sticking to it because I know what it works. And I also know how high impact that is. And there's no other natural way to do that. And remember, these are powered by Juva, okay? And the owner of Juva is is really serious about product quality. So he lab tests them both not once but twice independently to make sure they are what they are, because we've heard through other sources of lab testing that sometimes a lot of things in the stores like Walgreens and CVS, they've lab tested things that ended up being like rice dyed and stuff. So, you are what you eat, but you also want to know the sources and where it's coming from. And it does make a big difference. And that's why when we have high impact things like the ginger, turmeric, and muscadine, you can really feel the difference and get the results you're looking for, okay, and making sure that you're on the right track for your wellness journey. So again, I hope that you guys enjoyed the call with stuff about knowing about the Yuka app, about what is good and what's not good about it, and that you understand that you have to think a little bit while you use
With
it as
ketchup.
well. Okay, because it's not all black and white in terms of what your goals are, right? But if you're living keto lifestyle for health or wellness or weight loss, just understand that. And we want to make sure that everybody's feeling good and looking good, but also feel free to still use the app as a good guide, but then don't believe every single thing on there and think for yourself. That's the purpose of this call. So just like Chat GTP is amazing, but again, it's not always right. You just have to dig a little more deeper into it, right? And what we say is cross your T's and dot your I's. So with that said, this will load to the YouTube station. We look forward to your comments, everybody. If you want to join the complimentary wellness challenge, please put a comment in there. Send me an email. Love you to join. Love to speak to you. And Michelle, I'll be talking to you at the end of this call. I know Michelle came on, said last week she's got our products and she's excited about her ginger, turmeric, and muscadine. And how about you? So with that said, everybody, we'll see you next Sunday. Don't forget to check in on Tuesday and keep up the good work. Everyone's doing a great job. Have a good night, everybody.